Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
We have a very important topic, and it's actually creating websites through WordPress. Okay? So, WordPress is really like one of those things that clients would really value. So, tonight, I will explain to you and show you in the most simple way that I can how to create websites. And I'm pretty sure that if you just look closely, you will see the basics. And from the basics, I know that you can take it further and experiment on your own and create websites on your own. Isn't that exciting? It is exciting because you know why? I remember the first time that I actually figured out WordPress, because it's like this. VAs who know WordPress are very sought after, right? And clients are always like appreciative of VAs who know how to create websites. And pretty much, even if they don't need somebody who knows how to create websites, they appreciate somebody who knows WordPress so that they can manage their websites, right?
Yes.
Most of the accounts they have are associated with WordPress. Yes, definitely. Yeah. So I'm going to show you that it's actually not very difficult. It's actually pretty easy. And for me, even easier than Facebook ads. Easier because I will make it very easy for you. I'm not the type, as you know me, I'm not the type of person who will make things difficult way more than they are, so that you can really get to the meat of all these lessons and just really do it on your own, okay? After our discussion, please give me a little bit of time. Our discussion for tonight, it's not gonna be very long. I'll do it as, I guess, not as quickly, but I will make it as concise as possible so that I can give you a lot of time to practice. And you will have to give me some time after our training. I will need you to wait so that I can give you your logins. Because remember, diba, I will make your logins para you don't have to spend for the hosting, right? And the
Yes.
domain. Okay, so I will just do something in my end. I will figure it out so that I can give each one of you your logins. Actually, I'll do it by group, okay? Because it will be too much for me to make it one by one, okay?
Okay.
However, you will still have your own page, okay? And with this training, you will actually have, like tomorrow is gonna be a like we will not have a session tomorrow because I will want you to focus on the activity still. And also you have the entire weekend, right? You have the entire weekend, you have Saturday, Sunday, so that by Monday, I'm sure that you'll be done with it and you'll have already figured out what it is. But then look closely at this training, okay? Because after this training, after today's session, I would like you to collect everything that you have produced, and I would want you to embed it on your WordPress page, okay, WordPress website. Each one of you will have your own profile, so that is the same thing that we will submit to your clients. So, di ba, as I told you, this is 15 days, but by the 15 days, you will already have something to show for, right? So, okay, so as you all know, websites have a domain name, which is, what is the domain name really? What's the
That
domain
is
name?
the www dot your website name dot
Yes, okay.
dot
Okay, that
whatever
the name
extension.
of your website is the domain, okay? And kasi if we don't put the www dot, ay, oh my God, I just scratched my tattoo. If we don't put the www dot or like the URL and, you know, the identifying factor of it all, then actually the real address is something like, you know, it's, have you noticed that 192.25 dot something? It's like, what's that?
IP address.
IP address.
Yes.
IP
Yes,
address.
that's
An
the
IP
IP address.
address that is actually
DNS.
associated to that. And so if you can say that your domain is like your address, your unique address, and that's how you're found, okay? So let's say, for example, of course, apart from this training that I will provide you with your domain and your hosting, which you will just use, because I have an unlimited hosting, so I'll put it there. But usually when you create a website, you're supposed to purchase a domain. Usually a domain is around $10 to $15. A .com is $10 to $15 per year. So it's actually not expensive, right? A .ph is around 3,000 pesos per year. It's more expensive actually. Okay. Actually, there are so many domains right now. Of course, the most popular domain is the .com, and then of course we have the .org,
That edu.
yeah, .edu, .gov, right? Those are top level domains that are very exclusive and are not given out freely. Like for example, for .edu, you have to prove that that you're really like a school,
School, university.
or like an educational institution.
Educator.
Yes.
Yeah, and then for .gov, you have to really prove that you're a government agency. Like all over the world, you cannot use the .gov if you just, like for example, I want to make virtualasting.gov. I cannot, okay? So those things are very limited. However, it's so cool because there's so many vanity domains right now. Like literally everything is there. Like for example, .agency, .sales, .club, and whatever. Okay, there's so many, like from A to Z right now. Okay, they're more of vanity, but then I think it's a good idea because so many, it's very difficult to name a business right now if we're just gonna focus on having a .com domain. Of course, a .com domain is still very much preferable, but a lot of people have already taken up the .com domain. I mean, it has been probably launched in the 1990s, and by now it's quite saturated. Although obviously there still are domains available, but then, you know, the best ones are taken. And so it's really good that they have already identified some new ones. Okay, so let's go through the whole process of purchasing a domain. Okay, hang on just a second. What if gusto mo pabuhat si governor? Pwede.gov. Charot lang. Well, no, because a governor is not a representative of a governing body. A governing body is, let's say, for example, DOJ, Department of Justice in the Philippines. They can do the .gov, but even a governor or a government official, they're not really like a permanent fixture of government. So they're pretty much just like a famous person, a public person, public figure, celebrity per se. So they're not that important to be given a .gov domain, unfortunately. Okay, so let's try. I'm going to show you. Let's say, for example, obviously, you're not going to do this for this because I am going to be giving you a domain, right? However, let's say, for example, your client would like you to build a website for him. So I'm going to show you how it is to purchase a domain, okay? So there's so many domain registers that sell domains. There's Namecheap, there's GoDaddy, there is I love using One and One and GoDaddy for the reason that they're very reliable, but so many people also go for like so many other HostGator, Bluehost, whatever. Okay, it's really up to you. But let's go for GoDaddy right now. Okay, so see right now they have a promo. Bye. They have a promo right now, and it's $267 and 64 cents for a .com domain. Obviously, that's just a sign-up promo. The following year, you're gonna be charged the full $14.99. Okay? So let's say I am going to look for let's say I'm going to look for a domain, and maybe I want to, remember guys that I am building one-time payment by, yes, it's a one-time payment. It's a one-time payment on a per year basis. Although for the hosting, there are also monthly options, but it's really best to actually pay it yearly, or even like if you have the money, better to pay like 5 years in advance so that it doesn't keep on getting interrupted. Okay. So right now, I'm actually, remember, diba, that I am building a hostel with my friends. I also have some condo units. I have 4 that I want to also use as a hostel. And I noticed that there's actually like a company who also did their units. They have 3 units, and they now have a hostel in the same complex. And so let's say, for example, I'm going to look for my domain, and I want to buy a domain, let's say. Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to buy Judy's Hostel. Judy's Hostel.com. I don't like it. Hostel. Wait lang. Hostel. Heaven.com. Let's see. Search. Hostelheaven.com is available. So I can actually buy this. So you add to cart. Okay. Different ng domain sa hosting. Yes, domain is different. Okay. And the hosting is different. Okay, so let's say add to cart. And then let's go to checkout. I'm not gonna check this out because I still have no, o diba? So look at that. It's so annoying because, diba they said na if I buy a domain, it's just 400, it's just 200, but then it's so scam. Look, 1559 da yun and 72. So see? So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Let's say, for example, let's do this one here. Oh, it's still 719. Yes. Yan talaga, which is annoying. Ewan ko, bakit ganyan sila? But anyway, you have to be prepared. When you buy, let's say, a domain, don't overpromise and tell your clients, it's just 249 pesos. You have to be sure. That's just a tip from me because it's not only GoDaddy that does this. Pretty much everybody does this. Okay? Yes, very paasa. Okay, so you can also, like, for example, aside from that, I can also add like hostelheaven.co, hostelheaven.info. Anyway, whatever. So, taxable po, ma'am. Yeah, they charged us some taxes and then, but actually this is a business expense. So you can actually have this declared in your taxes because this is a business expense. So I guess just print it out, like, all the proof of payment.
Coach, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Mm-mm.
What if I add the two available domains?
So let's say, let's
Another
add it. Let's
website?
add it. Okay. So 968. Okay, see? So
So, additional payment.
yes.
Additional payment but same website lang or another
Yeah.
website siya? Meaning
Well,
that website.
hostelheaven.co is a different domain. So it means that the reason why people actually buy their domains in like different domain extensions like .co and .info is so that nobody will steal them, and you can redirect it. Okay? And
Okay.
also you can use it for different purposes in your business. So let's say, for instance, hostelheaven.com is your customer facing, and maybe your .co is for your employee facing or something, right?
Right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And also, so you can actually, so they give you a discount and it looks like it's a real discount, but here, scam, right? So anyway, so if you add everything, tapos the taxes and fees, so it's 1,000. But if you really think about it, I don't think it's very expensive, right? I mean, as a business expense, that's pretty good. If you think about it, it's the cheapest kind of business investment compared to like renting out a property, right? And then putting up your sign. Your signage will even cost like 20,000 pesos or something, right? So it's really
Yes,
cheap.
correct.
And and the beauty about the internet is it enables people to have a professional storefront and a professional like business image. with very minimal cost, right? So even if 5,000 pa to, it's still worth it for me. But yeah, these are the costs involved. Okay. Somebody asked here, could you recommend one-and-one for the domain provider? Yes. I really like one-and-one. So I personally like one-and-one because I've been using their company for the past 9 years, and I like it. They give good service. They also, like, for example, every time I call them, because let's say, imagine that my office is in Avenir, and then the office of one-and-one is just like walking distance from where I am, like literally maybe 300 meters from my building. So it's really cool because when I call them, I just speak in Bisaya, and then they always give me a credit, so I love them. Somebody gave me like a lot of credit. I think somebody even gave me like $100 before. I don't know. So, and then also one of the agents in one-and-one even applied in my company and became my employee. How many hostings can we make in one domain po? Okay. Okay, it's like this. So let me explain what a hosting is. In layman's terms, if your domain is your parang identification address, then the hosting, guys, is your specific address. Like, it occupies an actual space. Like, for example, let's say Avenir is the name of this building, right? And that's like, for example, the address here is 17L Avenir Building. That's the specific address, right? However, this building occupies an actual space in the universe, in the world. And that's also like your website. Your website actually occupies an actual space. If you just know your website or our website is actually occupying an actual server in California, I believe one-and-one has service in California, Germany, whatever. I forgot. But anyway, it has an actual parang kung saan yung lalagyan ng website mo. Okay? Yes. So obviously, when you create websites, you're gonna be uploading a lot of files. Alangan naman, you will bring a USB and provide it to somebody online, right?
Right. Like they have their actual headquarters.
Not really headquarters, but it's like the actual space where your information is stored. Okay?
Okay, okay.
So like, for example, a website is made up of codes. It's made up of, let's say, your pictures, your videos, your content, whatever. Those really take up a tangible space. It's not just like, it's not just a concept like love, which is virtual. There's actually atoms involved, which is your server, okay? And so you buy that space in your server, like, for example, a boarder is renting a bed space, something like that. Do you get it? Kung sa property, your house is the domain while hosting is your land. Well, kung sa property, your house, your address is the domain, which is just the name, but the hosting is the actual house and land on that property. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I just wanted you to understand. And so, there are different hosting packages, guys. There's like a basic package. Let's try to check out some hostings, okay? So let's try to check here in GoDaddy. So, sana ba tayo? So, let's go to hosting. sorry sa mga examples ko, guys, ha, but I really want to make it simple because you know what? Even when you read Google and you, like, for example, let's say you read the technical description of a hosting, it still doesn't make sense sometimes. If, like, for example, web hosting is an account on a computer, domain registration is a leasing human readable word, something like that. Let's say, for example, or maybe, like, for example, if you really like read like a definition from Google or whatever dictionary, sometimes you cannot understand. So I wanted you to understand, okay? Yeah. It's like a physical store na rerentahan. Like, domain mo is the name of your store, hosting is yung nirentahan mong place, which is babayaran mo monthly. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's go to web hosting. Okay. So okay, so it says here, trust your site to the world's #1 web host. Expert hosting support available 24/7, 365 days a year. Superior performance and load times, guaranteed 99.9 uptime. Okay? So, let's say, if you can see here, starter, host a single website. So, one website lang ang magawa mo. That's $69 69 pesos per month, right? Tapos 139 per month when you renew. Tsaka na. And then it has one website, 30 gig storage, and unmetered bandwidth. So what does this mean? We don't limit the amount of storage and bandwidth your site can use as long as it complies with the hosting agreement. Should your website and bandwidth or storage usage present a risk to the stability, performance, or uptime of our service, we will notify you via email and you may be required to upgrade, or we may restrict the resources your website is using. Okay, this would happen, let's say, for example, what if magva-viral ka, tapos like super duper, parang you crash the internet sa dami-daming pumunta ng website mo, you might need to upgrade, okay? But this rarely happens, okay? Economy, so basic resources for starter websites, 253 pesos per month. Tapos, ang actual talaga na bayaran is 509 per month when you renew. So, ito, walang 24/7 support, ha? Tsaka na. But may 100 gigs storage ka, may 24/7 support, free professional email, na 1-year trial. So, after 1 year, may bayad. Tapos, free domain with annual plan. Kind of expensive, right? Like, in some way.
Yes, because the promo is actually only in the first month. Then after that, you have to pay the actual amount. And then after a year of paying $509 a month, that's when you actually get a they call this. Oh, after that, your domain is already not free.
Yeah.
And the email itself is not free anymore as well.
It's a trap. Yeah.
Ma'am, after a month lang po yun o after a year?
Well,
After a month.
okay, let's try it, ha? Okay, pero let's see, ha? Deluxe, more space. So, ganyan lang yan. Unlimited websites, unlimited storage, unlimited domains, tapos plus the features. But the difference with the deluxe and the ultimate is 2 times processing power, free SSL certificate, free premium DNS, unlimited databases, tapos unlimited subdomains, unlimited storage, unlimited websites. Yeah. So that's 1,001. 19 per month.
I just noticed, Miss Judy, on the renew word, there's like a fourth number. It could it be that it would be the actual amount after the fourth month or on the fourth renew?
Let's try. Let's try it here. Tsaka. See? So, 516 lang kung magbabayad ka for 36 months.
Grabe.
So, yan.
Wow.
21,000. Okay? Tapos, pero kung 1 month talaga, 1,000 talaga per month.
Scam.
Pero kung 12 months, may discount ka 677, pero 9,000 agad. Right? Mahal din, in fairness. Okay. So anyway, let's go to my hosting.
Ma'am, pwede ka ba mag-upgrade along the ano? Halimbawa na, pinili mo yung 1 month and then pili mo yung 36 months after 1 month.
I really would advise na if you plan to create a lot of websites, mag-unlimited ka na in advance than to do it kasi, like for example, if limited ka nag-start, tapos sometimes it's kind of different to transition between like for example, hosting packages. It might give you problems and then it's very difficult to like do migrations of like for example, your website from a hosting to another, something like that. Basta, I have done it in the past and it's quite troublesome. Masakit sa ulo.
Ay ma'am, if si client nagpagawa ng website, sila po sasagot niyan or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes naman. So, of course, they will pay for it kasi that's their business expense. Alangan naman ibigay mo for free, di ba? Social.
Miss Judy, may mga instances po ba na may mga client na may gusto silang ipagawa sa'yo tapos ayaw gumastos? They would actually ask you to use like hack? Kasi may na-encounter yung sister ko na ganyan eh. She was maintaining a company for like 2 years. They want her to create like videos for the Facebook ads, but then they're not funding the
The Facebook ad.
yes, the Facebook ad and the applications.
Well, then she should stop it. She should just stop it.
She just did. We're actually here. It's actually Girly, my baby sister. She's with us right now in this meeting.
Okay. Hi. So yeah, so for example, it's like this, like in my end, I would usually require my client to provide their credit card information in the account. Like sila na lang mag-input ng credit card information para diretso na sa mga like expenses. If they don't have a card to provide to me, then I will ask them in advance to provide me money and put it in my account. Like for example, I actually even, because I do this, remember for my clients before, I still consult sometimes. What I usually do is I have a debit card that I use for my online marketing purposes, for my hosting, for my ads, whatever. And then I will ask my client to fund the account. So like, let's say for example, I have identified that we will need 50,000 for ads. Let's say for example, 50,000 for ads, and then maybe like for some other purposes. I will not start the campaign if they don't put the money in my account, because I don't want to get into the whole burden na I won't notice na money ko na pala ang nagra-run. And then mahirap na always na mag-ask sa refund, right?
True.
Okay. All right. So let's say ito, 'di ba? So those are the usual expenses that you would incur if you are creating a website. Okay? So now, let's go to my hosting. and let's try to create that website. Okay?
Okay, coach.
Okay, ma'am.
So 1&1 right now has been, I don't know if they rebranded or if they were um, acquired, but they're now called Ionos.com, Ionos by 1&1. So let's say, okay. So right now I have, ewan ko, I think I have around 18 websites in this hosting. Let's pray to God that I still have space for your profiles, or I'll have to buy, which is so annoying. But I want to really make sure that you learn, because if you won't learn naman, di ba? I'm sure that some of you will have a hard time buying a hosting, tapos, di ba? So I want to make sure. Let's try to see what we can do. Okay, so first, my screen. Okay. All right. So right now we're here in my dashboard of my domain, my hosting account. And let's try to make a domain, a sample domain for your profiles. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So let's make a domain. I'll make a subdomain actually. I'll create a subdomain so that we won't spend wait lang ha. Okay. Okay, subdomain. For the first batch, we had profiles1.virtuallasting.com to profiles 10. So for your batch, you will have profiles 11 to 25. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I still have a lot of space actually. I still have 10,000 subdomains that I can create. In fairness naman. Okay, so I just created the profiles11.virtuallasting.com, and let's also use this as a sample, okay? So let's go ahead and create the website. So I'm here. So usually if you buy a hosting account, you'll have like, what's this? Hosting accounts will actually help you connect your WordPress or your CMS with your domain. So let's do it here, okay? So let's say I'm here in the dashboard under websites and stores. I'm going to click on, I'm going to create a new website. Okay? So here, welcome to your new web project. How would you like to start? Let's say, if you want to really create a website from scratch with MySQL, PHP, and whatever pa. So you can click here. However, sa atin, dito tayo sa WordPress. Okay? WordPress is by far the most widely used content management system and is used by bloggers and companies to design and manage their websites. So
That's
it
true.
doesn't mean that it's less professional than all these things. In fact, I actually find WordPress websites to be beautiful and also really well made. In fact, most of the ano ba yan? Sinong nagsiscribble? Who's scribbling? Okay. So most of the websites in the world are actually made via WordPress. And there are also like other stuff here. Like for example, let's try to check here. There's a lot, but we'll just go back, okay? Let's say it actually has an app center. If I don't want to use WordPress, there's a lot that you can use. So there's WordPress, there's Joomla, okay? There's Magento. Magento is for e-commerce. You've heard that, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay. Typo 3. Okay. Koken. Cake PHP. Lime Survey. Website Baker. Oxwall. Oscommerce. Collabtive. Sidebar. Clear. Mantis. Moodle. Zoops. Drupal. PrestaShop. Advanced Pol. Open Document. I'm actually reading this out because I want you to be aware of, the different, like for example, if you have listened to all these terms in the past, maybe you would want to associate it somewhere. At least you understand now what they're for, right?
Right.
Okay, Joomla, Portal, ZenPhoto, Open Classifieds, Plug, Flux, Piwik, Gbook, MyBBPHP, MyChat. So, Serendipity, Webid, Tiny Web Gallery, Selfloss, Concrete 5, Zencart, Osglass, PHP List, Smarty, Site Commander, PHP, whatever. So there's so many, right?
Yes.
And you realize that it's not just WordPress actually that exists, right?
Yes.
So there's so many ways that, because usually there's so many tools. Hi. Shh, Fluffy, stop it. Okay. So there's so many ways to create like your website online. WordPress is just one of them, but WordPress is pretty much almost everybody's favorite. So it's really worth knowing. But in the future, especially if you know WordPress, then you can also start learning other things. I mean, why not, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's go ahead and create the website. So I'm clicking here in the create website. And then give your website a title. So maybe my title would be Profiles 11. Maybe Group 11 something. Group 11. Which is so confusing. Group 1, Batch 2. right? Okay, then create website. Let's create a login, and let me write that down at the same time so that I don't forget. And you can already take note of this for group 1. Let's say profile 11 dot. Okay, then administrators login. I'll make it profiles 11. And then the password, gawin na lang natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait lang. Annoying. Okay.
Oo, sige, kuha ka na dyan. Anong password?
Wait lang ha. Ibigay ko na lang later siguro kasi daming symbol eh. Wait lang ha. So, let's go ahead. Continue. And then guys, make sure to install. Don't do the managed WordPress because usually my monthly payment to. Okay? Make sure to continue with WordPress and manage your website and update by yourself. Different web hostings have different versions of this one, but this is usually like so many web hosts offer this service. I clicked on it. My God. No.
Oops.
$3 per month, see? Grabe. Okay, select a domain. Let's look for profiles 11. So, di ba, we just created a domain, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, profiles11.virtualasting.com. Assign domain. So, di ba, we're attaching it to the website that we're creating. So, parang we're slapping on the address to that particular WordPress site, right?
Yes.
So, assign domain.
Right po.
So, now it's setting up. Congratulations, your new website is online. Okay, so now let's edit the website. And it's going to ask you the login. So we created a login earlier. And the username is profiles
11.
11. And the password is, wait, I will show you the password. Ay. Ano ba yan?
Hmm?
G, R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then exclamation point. Okay, log in. So make sure that you have it saved because you can't log in. Okay. So let's go. So it's good that, okay, so let's choose. So pick a design you like. So they're actually pre-made na mga, ano, let's say I want to create an online store. So, di ba? There's so many templates. Let's try Shop Aisle. Install. Okay, so we have here WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is very similar to Shopify, that it actually manages like stores or e-commerce stores. So, but this is the WooCommerce. WooCommerce is like a plugin for WordPress that helps you manage a store within WordPress. Okay. WooCommerce is really good also. And I really like using WooCommerce. So where is your store located? I mean, based. So let's say Philippines. Okay, address. That's our address. What currency do you accept payments in? Ano ba yan? Peso. I plan to sell both physical and digital products. Okay. I will also be selling products or services in person. Let's go. Okay, continue. So WooCommerce can accept both online and offline payments. Additional payment methods can be installed later. Okay, so select and secure payments using credit cards or your customer's PayPal account. Set up PayPal for me using this email. Okay. And then offline payments, collect payments from customers online. So if you accept check payments, then you can click this. If you accept bank transfer payments, a simple offline gateway that lets you accept bank transfer, so you can also do this. Then cash on delivery, a simple offline gateway that lets you accept cash on delivery. You can go and do that. Okay? By the way, guys, nakakaloka, but I shouldn't have chosen this one, no? Kasi this is already e-commerce, right?
Yes.
Maybe I should go back.
Can we go back to WordPress?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that would be good.
this is still WordPress, actually. Okay, wait lang, ha. Let's go back and make it simple. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's just make it a company website. Okay.
For personal.
Let's install this. Sorry, guys. Oh. Okay. So, if you can see here, ay ano ba yan? Meron na siyang shop. So annoying. Okay. Let's go back. I'm such a failure. Sorry. Let's go to dashboard and let's delete.
You're not a failure. Everything is trial and error.
Yeah. Wait lang ha. Let me delete first yung plugins because I installed some plugins. Let's delete WooCommerce and the WooCommerce payment gateway. Okay. So delete, apply. Okay. So by the way, that's also how you delete stuff and make changes on your plugins. Ano ba yan?
Ma'am, tanong lang po, regardless sa mga plugins na ini-install nyo, walang another bayad po yun?
Ha?
Kahit anong plugins po ilagay nyo, i-delete nyo, walang dagdag bayad po yun.
Merong mga plugins na may bayad.
Pero pag dinilit nyo po, pwede nyo kunin ulit, ganun. Hindi masasayang.
Okay, it's like this. May mga plugins na may bayad. So, if you already buy it, then you can, unless siguro if you ask for a refund, in which, you know what, hindi na lang ako mag-expect ng refund sa mga plugins kasi there's so many people who use plugins, like millions and millions of people, that many plugin creators actually don't have a proper customer service. So, goodbye na lang sa binayad mo. But usually it's very clear if they're asking for a payment. A lot of plugins naman, like thousands and thousands and thousands of plugins, also are free. Pero, syempre, just like apps, like for example, merong premium, tapos merong, for example, merong light, tsaka merong premium, something like that. Merong paid, may light, ganon. Okay? Like for example, dito, WP Forms Lite. Ito yung light version ng premium. If mag-upgrade ka, syempre may bayad. Okay? Pero nobody's going to force you to pay naman. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, I am going to scratch muna natin yung mga pages na ginawa dito, like my account, shop. Okay, and then let's move to trash, apply. Okay, so na-trash na siya. So let's go back to the front end. So visit site, profiles.virtualasting.com, diba? That's our domain, right?
Right.
Pero pangit siya kasi it says here, welcome to http profiles11.virtualasting.com, tapos sample page. Okay, so how can we, so this is the front end of our page, right? Let's say, for example, ito yung, yung pinili mo na, by the way, this is a theme that's like a one-pager. Okay? Diba? If you can see.
Yes.
If you edit these stuff here,
It's like a
isang
template.
page lang tapos makita na yung lahat. Tana naman. Lahat. So, diba? So, which is really cool because it's a feature that really highlights companies. Okay? Usually your clients would ask you to do these things. So let's say I want to change the stuff here because for me it's ugly. It doesn't make sense. So let's say, let's go back and customize our stuff. My cat ba? Uy, Fluffy! Go down! Shh! Go down. No. Wait. Shh! Go down. Ay, my cat is so mean. Okay. So, if you click on the customize thingy, you can edit like parts of the front end from here. So, let's go through it together, okay? So, let's say I want to select a logo for here. Let's say my God, Fluffy is always giving me a headache. Let's say, let's try that. So, diba? Can you see the change?
Yes.
I can see the
Wala
logo
yung-
now.
Yeah, so it's now the logo. Diba?
Yes po.
So it's really like, just like, in some way, it's like Canva. It's just like MailChimp, right?
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very simple. Like super simple, right?
Yes. Ma'am,
Right.
Yes.
katulad din po ba ito nung paggawa sa Weebly?
Weebly is more drag and drop.
Okay po.
Weebly is also like super duper simple, but it's not fluffy. But it's not as robust as WordPress. WordPress
Okay, ma'am.
is a little bit more difficult though because it's not as drag and drop as Weebly. Weebly is super drag and drop and really cool. I love Weebly actually, but unfortunately, it's not very customizable as WordPress, and I'll show you why. Okay, later.
Thank you, ma'am.
But yun nga. So that's why it takes some getting used to with WordPress because many times hindi drag and drop, so it won't stay put, and you really have to like, you know, do so many trial and error for it to show up nice. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So let's say, for example, instead of this piece of text can be changed in a big title section. Maybe I want to change this and I want to say,
Mama, I can already access your website here in my end.
oh, cool, diba? So you could see the profiles11.virtualasting.com, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's actually already, actually already published.
Bandung.
My cat is so mean right now.
Bandung is Fluffy.
Grabe. Shh, Fluffy. Nabayan ko siya.
Selos na naman.
Bandung is Fluffy.
Grabe, magselos siya. Every
Bandung
time
is
at
Fluffy.
training, I don't understand.
Can't you stay on your lap while you were doing the training?
Bad boy, bad boy.
Oh, okay.
He has really long nails right now, so I don't want to put him on my lap, but I'm planning to have him groomed hopefully by next week, so maybe I can force him to be on my lap.
Okay.
Recently he's being very mean because like he even attempts to bite. he was just neutered last week. Ewan ko. But he's still very sweet. He goes to my bed and sleeps with me. Okay. So let's say I want to change this thing and I want to say, let's say, hire the best VAs in the world. Let's say, OA lang. Okay. And then maybe, so if you can see here, you can customize this button. You can also customize this button, right?
Right.
Okay, so maybe I will say, see profiles of excellent VAs. Char. And then sa green, I will put claim your free trial now. Something. Okay. And then you can actually route it. Shh! Fluffy. Okay, you can actually Diane, what's wrong?
Tapos sila yung fluffy.
Away na.
Drago nila.
Dragon. Okay, so, di ba, when you have a link, you need to, like for example, if you want to reroute it to somewhere, so you can do so, okay? But here, we don't have pa. So let's say publish. Let's say, for example, let's go to the the actual page. You can't see the buttons because there's no link, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Let's say, for example, you will put a link. Let's say, this is just a sample, guys, ha? Drama lang. So, maybe I will put google.com. Ano ba yan? Google.com. Let's say, and I also put facebook.com. So, diba, you can now see it because you connected it to an actual domain, right?
Right.
So, when you click here, it will be rerouted to google.com because that's what you connected. Diba?
Yes,
And then, if you connect, so if you click it here, so it will be routed to your Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, but then of course, you know, I'm just showing you the functionality of it, okay? And then let's say if you want to change these things, so go ahead and you can customize it. By the way, this is just for the front page. And then obviously there are many other pages that is involved in a website. Okay, so let's say you want to change these things, you just click on them, right? It's very self-explanatory, right?
Right.
Yes, it's user-friendly. It's easy to navigate.
Mm-mm. And then you just click it there. You can And then, okay, so let's try to add widgets. Okay, so what is exactly a widget and what's the difference between a widget and a plugin? Okay, so hard to explain. I'll show you na lang, okay? So let's say features. Maybe I will put okay. Maybe what I will put here is virtual lasting provides
excellent services.
The following services. Let's say. And then add a widget. Okay, so in here you can add a lot of things. Like for example, you can add an image. Okay, you can display an audio player for some audio. So for example, maybe I want to post, maybe nag-record ako something, right? Char lang. Let's look for a recording. Ano ba yan? Wait. Tingnan natin. Music. Let's say, for example, ito na lang kasi ito lang talaga yung nandito sa laptop ko. Add to widget. So, diba, maybe you can, that's how you would, let's say, for example, if mag-a-add ka ng recording na maybe on your website, you want some sample recordings of your voice, diba? You can add it, right?
Yes.
Yes po.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it can actually be played just like what I just did. So you can also add another widget. So I'm just showing you what you can do, ha? It's not necessary na ito talaga na kind of websites that you do. I just want to show you so that I want you to think of how you will make your page, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Let's say, for example, I want to add a gallery, okay? Or maybe I'll just put, maybe I want to add a gallery. Add images. And then upload files. Maybe I will pictures. Ano ba yun? No pics. So these are just pictures of our employees in our former call center. So I'll just add it, let's say. so that you will understand what a widget is, especially when I show you what a plugin is, okay? So you can say that your widgets are like, I guess, parts of your content. Create new gallery. Let's see. Insert gallery. Okay. Apply. Let's say we already published this. So how will it look like? Ano ba yan? Obviously, you will embed widgets as necessary. So you're not going to just randomly put an audio and pictures just like what I did. I just showed you what you can do. Okay?
Okay.
guys.
Yes, coach.
Amen.
Copy.
Okay, I want you to, really get creative and get really into it so that you can understand like what to put. And for me, I trust your judgment on what would be good to put. Okay?
Para siyang Tumblr, ma'am.
Huh?
Para siyang Tumblr. Sa
Yeah,
dati.
it's very similar to Tumblr. It's just that Tumblr is like
About codes na siya.
more blog posts than just an actual website. Right? Okay.
Yes.
And then, so you can change these things, blah, blah, blah. You can, so this is just the first page, guys, okay? And then you change that, okay? So let's say, profiles 11. Ano ba yun? Profiles 11. My gosh, it's so hot. Where's my remote? Okay, so I want to change, let's say, and this turns out to be like this page, diba? May dalawang page tayo. The sample page, what does it look like? Okay, sample page, it looks like it's your blog. And then you're welcome to http profiles11.virtualasing.com. Ito pala yun, right? So, how do we change that? Because it looks annoying. So, we're gonna go to, it's not gonna be customized, it's gonna be dashboard, okay? So, let's go to dashboard. And let's go to pages.
Ma'am, mas di pa rin sa customize and edit page.
Okay, so customize is just for your front page. And then, but for the, what's this? For all the details actually, na like, it's just a shortcut, yung customize na functionality. But pretty much everything you can edit inside the dashboard, okay?
Okay.
So let's say you can actually edit it here if you want. Ano ba yan? Tsaka na. Ano to? Okay, let's go back to pages. And let's rename the page. So let's put blog here. And then update. And then quick edit, I'll put home. Okay? And then update. Let's go to site to check. So it's really very helpful to keep on checking back and forth so that you will understand if my changes, and you will really learn if effective yung ginawa ko or not. So if you can see, it's no longer sample page and welcome to blah blah blah. It's blog and home, right?
Right.
Okay. And then what I want to do is maybe all pages. I want wait lang. Let's say in my dashboard, I want to wait lang ha. Are you following, guys? Okay lang ba kayo?
Yes, coach.
Yes po.
Okay, good.
Focus na focus.
It's very easy, right?
Yes, it is. Just like Canva, you just have to edit some.
Yes.
Part.
It's
Tsaka
very...
explore po.
If you really think about it, we're in a very lucky time where websites are now very easy to create, right? It's
Correct.
so easy.
Di katulad nung 2005 nung gagraduate ako. Grabe yung paggawa ng Visual Basic Programming. Ang
Diba?
sakit sa ulo.
Yes, it's very hard. And like, who here remembers like Angel Fire and GeoCities, whatever?
Napaka-unfair, no?
Yeah. So yung mga bata ngayon, they're so lucky. They have everything in their fingertips. Meanwhile, I mean, we're still lucky that we're still alive.
Yeah.
Let's put it at that. Okay? It's a good thing now that, pero diba, like, if you think about it, like, we wasted so much time, learning all these difficult programming stuff before. I remember like those MS-DOS and whatever. But then you know what? Learning that actually gave way to the great minds to create this, right? If not for those, they wouldn't have come up here.
But still
diba?
unfair, ma'am.
Oo nga.
Pinaghirapan mo ng 4 years. YouTube na lang nila ngayon.
Yes, totoo. Can you imagine that the one I'm teaching you right now, I just learned this on my own, guys. Nobody taught me. I did not even watch a YouTube video because, ewan ko, I'm really that kind of person. I don't watch tutorials that much. That's the reason why our training is not recorded, because I find it very unengaging, but it's just me maybe, and that's the reason why I really take time to do this training. Okay. But I learned this on my own, and it was really a process of like, should I click this or no? Ay, mali. Ay, nako, how do I do that? Okay. Ay, mali. Oh my God. And then I had to do it all over again. But then in the end, it's actually really simple. And that's why I'm showing you a very simple tutorial. Because God knows it took me so long, and imagine nobody's paying me to like learn all these things, but I remember learning these back in 2012, and I was doing my online business, and yet I really made sure that I made time to like do self-study. Okay? So if somebody who has so many websites can do self-study and, you know, really build my business online, how much more sa inyo na somebody really showed you? Although it's still a little bit partly self-study, yung training natin, if you really think about it. But I assure you that if you just try your very best to click on the buttons, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Okay? It's really about trial and error for this one. Okay?
Yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
ma'am.
Anyway, there's an option to edit it on the dashboard again.
Yes. However, ang nakabwisit ng WordPress is once you already click publish and then you want it back to that last iteration, you can't actually do it. You have to do it like from scratch again. You can't
Wow.
you can't do the back thing, the one that you do in MS Word or Canva. You can't click on back or undo. You can't do it, especially if you already publish it. Okay?
Okay.
And then especially that you will be sharing the website, like the profiles11.virtualasting.com. You will share it with your different members, but you'll have different pages. So like for example, profiles11.virtualasting.com/Mike or profiles11.virtualasting.com/Adam or something.
Ma'am, parang another page.
Per page kayo, okay?
Okay
So
po.
you still have one whole page for yourself, but guys, you need to be considerate about making major changes on the website na hindi kayo nag-consult ng ibang tao, okay? So this is the reason why it's very important to also work with your group. And this is also a lesson for you on how to work with a group, because eventually when you're going to be in a team, you'll also be in a group, right? You'll be in a group with your client or your other co-VAs, right?
True.
Okay.
Yes.
So, let's say, okay. So, let's go back. Let's go back. So, you know what? I promised that I'll make this tutorial as quick as I can, but I'm so slow. Okay. Wait lang.
Marami lang po talaga mga tanong.
Kasi ang dami din. Ang dami din. So anyway, now we're back in the dashboard. And every time I go to the dashboard, I really check out like all these mga updates 4 and then plugins 3. So what does this mean? Notifications to. So you should check them out, right?
Right.
Okay, so the notifications say here that there are new versions available. So I'll just select all and then update plugins. Zeriflight is no longer maintained. Switch to tsaka na. I don't want to switch. But anyway, on a normal basis, okay, it just means that Zeriflight, nobody is no longer maintaining it. So they're suggesting Neve or NEVE, whatever. And then you can upload it. But then I don't want to switch because we've already done a lot of changes. Okay? All right. So let's say I want to, okay, let me show you what plugins are. Because we were just discussing about widgets, right? By the way, you can add your widgets also here. Appearance And you can change the appearance of your website from your dashboard, and then appearance, there's themes, you can customize, there's widgets, menus, background, theme editor. You can also edit the theme editor, okay? Okay.
Coach,
Now, yeah?
how about playing with some other page builders like Elementor?
Yeah. You can add it with your plugins.
Applicable sa group yan na ano or hindi maapektuhan yung group?
I really suggest if you're gonna use Elementor, well, each page naman can have, by the way, guys, Elementor is like, it's actually a plugin that can make your WordPress really much easier than the actual like page builder. It will make your page drag and drop. And you can actually opt to use it per page. So it will actually ask you when you're going to edit one page, it will ask you if you're going to use the regular editor or Elementor. Okay?
Okay, Coach.
Is that understood? Okay. All right. So let's say add new. Okay. So plugins, it's what makes WordPress such a wonderful platform to actually create your websites from, because if you can say this, for example, kung sa outfit pa, ito yung mga accessories, okay? Or if sa cellphone pa, you have a basic cell phone, but imagine you're using your cell phone and you just use the calculator, the text, the calls. You know what? I have a funny story. The first time that I bought my iPhone, that was back in 2008, I think. I had the very first iPhone. And it's so funny because nobody in our classroom, because I was a student back then, nobody in our classroom had an iPhone. And then, so nobody really understood what kind of phone it is. Because the phone that I had before was an N70 and somebody stole it, which was like barkada nung ex-boyfriend ko, na mga addict, mga buisit sila.
N-series yung uso dati.
Oo, N-series, di ba? Tapos, the first time that I got my iPhone, I was like, what the hell is this phone? I cannot even find where to text. It's so funny because it will just pop up. Yung text will just pop up, tapos mawala na naman. And I couldn't figure out na app pala yung text. Okay? And then, my God, I could only see the telephone button in the front screen. And then I clicked on it. And nako, nairita ako kasi the first day that I bought that phone, naubos agad yung load ko. Kasi I kept on calling people. And I would just say, puntahan niyo ako dito kasi, my God, I don't know this phone. And can you imagine, guys? Because nobody could, because I had no friends. Android did not exist at that time, 2008. There was no Android.
Windows Phone only.
It was just iPhone. And can you imagine? My God. Nobody, like for example, alam nyo ba na when I used that phone, na-amaze na talaga ako sa Safari na I can Google things. And then, sinabi ko pa sa mga classmates ko na, wow, it's like a computer. But, can you imagine? The first time that I actually installed an app and realized na pwede pala ako mag-games, pwede pala ako na like edit ng mga photos and whatever. It was 8 months from the time that I bought the phone.
Muntik na matapon, ma'am.
Can you imagine? Oh my God! Tapos, na-realize ko lang yan nung nalasing ako, tapos wala akong magawa. I was at home. I think my ex-boyfriend dropped me sa bahay. Tapos, parang binusisi ko ng masyado yung phone ko. And then I realized, oh my God, what's this app store? I didn't dare to click on it before because feeling ko, oh my God, ayoko na magbayad something.
Baka sumabog.
Oo. Alam nyo, ang gawa ko lang before was I would put my pictures sa wallpaper. Yun lang. Tapos, after 8 months, na-realize, oh my God. Tapos, I remember the next day, I told my boyfriend, oh my God, my phone can do all these things. Blah, 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 whatever. You know? And so, when you realize that the world is in your fingertips, sus, lahat na lang kinuha ko na mga app, like yung mga stupid na mga app actually, like for example yung mga app na guess your future. Yung mga ganun. Yung mga predict your future, blah blah blah, or outfit organizer, whatever, mga ganun. So, as what I'm saying, the reason why WordPress is so powerful is because of its, if App Store has an teenager days, totoo. I was a teenager at that time, or I was 20. And obviously, I'm turning 32, so that was a long time ago. So, and so you can just imagine that WordPress it has its own plug-in market. Pending case, yeah. They do. They really slow down devices. That's true. I have so many, like I've had the first iPhone up to the 6th, and then I stopped buying like Apple, and I now have a Huawei. Okay. So anyway, yeah, and I also don't upgrade the OS that much for the last iPhone that I had, because the tendency is it will slow down. But then right now I'm considering getting another Apple, but I don't know. I really like this Huawei. To be honest, it's not even a high-end phone. I don't care, really, as long as it has a picture of my cat. Okay. All right. So when I found out the plug-in market in WordPress, okay, because that moment I realized, oh my gosh, this is why people are using WordPress. Because back then I was using like Wix and Weebly, and I was like, why are people insisting on WordPress, blah, blah, blah. It's so complicated. I don't want to do it. But then the moment that I saw that, I switched over all of my websites to WordPress. Okay. And so I'm going to show you that one. So now we are here. Dami ko namang explanation. Sorry. Okay, but I want you to realize how the beauty of this one. So, like for example, let's say there's so many things that you can do with, let's say for example, I want my website to have a chat function. Let's say chat. Okay, so you can put click to chat. So you can even use WhatsApp for your website, right? You can put live chat. So, for example, my website ka, tapos gusto mo na may chat support. So you can just put it as a plugin, right? It's really cool. Diba?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yes.
makaka-monitor ang mga VAs through their phone
Yes.
using the
Yes. And then
WhatsApp.
it will, yes. Yep. So there's so many options out there. Okay. You can even put your messenger customer chat here. You can use Zendesk, Cresta Help, live chat, whatever. There's so many possibilities, and you can sana all may kausap, pues. Yun. Bitter siya masyado. So it's like that, di ba? Or let's say, for example, ano ba, you want to have, let's say, ano ba yan? What do you want to have?
Miss Judy, I'll just ask.
Yeah?
Are we able to add like multiple apps for the chat? For example, you'll add WhatsApp and Messenger?
Yeah,
Can
you
we
can.
add it at the same time? Okay.
Yeah, you can. Okay. So ito yung Elementor page builder. So the most advanced front-end drag and drop page builder. Create high-end pixel perfect. So let's install that so that it's easy. And then, so ito yung, okay, let's look at the featured. Ito yung anti-spam. Akismet checks your comments and contact form submissions against our global database of spam to protect you and your site from malicious content. So, di ba, 5+ million active installations. Okay. Ano pa? Health check and troubleshooting. So, you can do that. Popular. So improve your WordPress SEO. You can install Yoast. Okay. And there are still many more tools for SEO, but Yoast is the most, I guess, popular. Wait lang ha. So many people sending a chat. Okay. And then, so, basta super. I don't want to spoil the excitement for you kasi ang dami-dami. It's really cool. They're like, I believe there are, ewan ko, but I believe there are millions of plugins in the world. Ay, 49,000 lang pala. Oh, I know. It's a featured. Ay, wait. Sa popular. Imagine, sa popular, 49,000. Grabe. Okay. So, I will allow you to have time to check that out. Okay? So that's your plugins. And what's the difference of the plugins and the widgets? So the widgets are just your basic na stuff for your website. Like your archives, which is your like blog posts, your calendar, your custom HTML. By the way, if you have like custom HTML here, so it means that this is your, like for example, meron kang i-upload na, let's say, have you noticed, ay, stupid. Have you noticed that merong mga, let's say you want to embed a GIF, or let's say you want to embed something, basta, like for example, let's say you want to embed your pixel sa Facebook, di ba? Let's say it's an online store, so you can just, ay ano ba yan, where? So you can just generate the code sa pixel mo, like for example, okay, I'll give you a sample. Natamad ako. Sorry. Wait. Ano ba yan? So let's say here, pixel. By the way, guys, I have a chika. For the ad that I created for the page, meron ng mga nag-inquire kung magkano daw and whatever. Diba?
Wow.
So,
Cool, coach.
yeah. Okay, so create a Facebook pixel. So create a pixel and then maybe we just want to make ewan ko, A. Okay, and then continue. Add code using a partner integration. Okay, manually add pixel code to website. So you can just you can do this. Let's say WordPress. Or ano ba yan? Ay, ano pa yan? Okay. A. Pixel ID. So let's say I want to embed the code of this pixel. OA, huh? My gosh. Why is it so slow? Yes. Ay, oo, yon. Yung affiliate marketing codes. Pwede yon. You understand naman, di ba, guys? You can embed it dito sa widget. Okay? Custom HTML. Okay? Ito. Basta. Dyan. Yung YouTube links, pwede din. Yup. Or you can actually just add it in here, video. And then it will display a video from the media library or from YouTube, Vimeo, or another provider. Okay? Pero pwede din actually sa custom HTML. Okay? Right. So, any questions so far at this point?
No.
Wala po. Excited mag-explore.
Right. Okay. Now, last, so what I would want you to do, guys, is since you will have a page like this, I want you to, how do you actually share the website? So, sino bang group 1 dito? Sino group 1? Walang group 1? Wala na ata. Bakit? Dead group?
Back out.
Back out sila lahat? Ano ba
Kasi ang
yan?
dami.
nga.
Wala na natira eh.
Baka yun transfer sila.
Ay, okay. So,
Oo.
walang group 1. Okay. Group 2 is alive. Okay. Anyway, okay. I'll just make some sample names dito. Okay. So, let's say, how do we make the profiles for each person? So, dito tayo sa pages. Tapos, add new. Ay, ano ba yan?
Hindi po naka-screen share.
I am screen.
Naka-screen share siya.
Nakikita naman namin. We can see
Ay,
it.
sorry.
Okay, so add title. Let's say, this page is, let's say, Judy. Publish. So ito, may Judy na. Okay? Then add new na naman. So let's say, let's make Joy. Okay. So para when you visit the website, Joy, I have my own page, which is, this is my individual link, profiles11.virtualasting.com/Judy, right? Then of course, if you submit this to a client, you can actually just make this invisible so that they will just see your profile and not scan to the others. Okay? Basta, this time around, guys, I want you to really like talk to each other as a group. And I will definitely give you a lot of time to gather and start like doing your work. Okay?
Okay, coach.
Okay
All
po.
right.
Hi,
Okay.
ma'am.
So,
Alright.
any other questions?
Ma'am,
None for now.
if
Yeah.
you select yung example kanina, the Elementor, is it
Yes.
apply to sa buong page? I mean,
Okay, let's try to make,
or
let's activate Elementor ha. Let's activate. Okay. So, tingnan natin dito. So, plugins. Let's go to plugins. Di ba I chose Elementor kanina?
I mean, ma'am, any
So,
plugin.
Yes, coach.
Any
So,
plugin.
let's activate it. I'll just show you, okay? So, let's activate it and create your first page. Yan na ba yan? So, ito yon. This is how to do Elementor.
Oh, bago agad, no?
But, okay, let's go and do the Elementor sa per page. Hang on just a sec.
Parang naging Weebly na po siya.
Yes. Let's say, let's go to Joy. Ay, ano ba yan? Let's go to pages. Kasi, di ba, we already activated it. So, let's edit Joy. Let's edit.
Edit with Elementor.
Now, edit with Elementor. So, yon. You can already edit it like this. And it will be very easy. So, for example, Joy's profile. And then you want to put mga, let's see, image. And then, diba? Then you just, I think this is very self-explanatory, but let's just do it naman. Let's say, insert. Let's say, and then update. And then we can add more, like we can add heading, diba? You can drag and drop. It's so cool, actually. Diba? Buttons, Google Maps, portfolio. Guys, it's so easy. Super. And it will make your pages very beautiful. Okay? If you want naman to delete this sa side, you actually can.
Si Ma'am Joy pala yan.
Hindi yan si, hindi yan si Joy. This is actually one of my former employees, but we're still really good friends. Her name is Jen. She also was our HR before. Okay. In my call center before. But she recently invited me for lunch, I think, because we are actually really close. Okay, wait lang ha. So, let's go back. So maybe you wanna, like for example, it has a page attribute. Maybe you want to make it like Elementor full width. Let's try it. Let's update. If may changes ba. Because it was just a default something. So let's go back and visit the site. And let's go to Joy. Oh, so wala nang nakita dito sa side, right? Then edit with Elementor. Full page na siya. Wala nang mga annoying na mga meta tags something dito sa side. Kasi the default one is, it's for the it's for the,
No.
yeah, it's for the blog. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to create all the 15 websites for the 15 groups. I'm going to create just the login, and I'm going to create just the login and the domain and the username, whatever. It's up to you to create the main pages as a group, and then I want you to create your individual pages. Okay? So anyway, thank you so much for today, and you have a great evening, and I will wait.